I credit that to Kobe Bryant. I was blessed to have him in my life at a young age. Just of the fact that he was in my life, I learned a lot. I seen a lot. He came through and shot up the whole driver's side. So I got shot 6 times. Twice in my arm, once in my neck, back, once here, 2 times in my lower back. So the lower back happened because my homegirl, she was in the car sitting down, and when I heard her scream, that's when I jumped over to try to protect her. And by that time I got hit in my back, and one of the bullets paralyzed me. But my mother had a mental breakdown when my stepfather passed away in 5th grade. So 6th, 7th, 8th grade, she really didn't know my name like that. So I'm coming home to myself. You feel me? So I go home to somebody who's not even cooking or even aware that I'm there or be in the streets. So luckily I had game to a point where the coach saw me on the streets, saw I had game and took me by the streets. And me and Kobe was big about that. He wanted me to get GG when she got old enough because he knew my ball handling skills was superb, quote unquote, type. I was on an N1 mixtape in high school as well, put my stamp in the basketball LA community.
Welcome back to Rancher Network Podcast. It's your boy Yak.
It's your boy T.
Another special guest here. We appreciate Mr. Jason McKinney coming in to talk about his story, also known as J-Mac, right? J-Mac?
Yes, sir.
For sure. Thank you for being here, bro. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you the opportunity.
You're a very busy man. Kai was able to make it happen. Shout out to our producer, Kai, and everybody out there, Juan, and our boy Looney that's starting up, one of our interns.
I was in on that when I heard. I was like, after the 15th, that ain't gonna happen. I'm like, man, okay, shit.
I mean, at least till January 2nd. I'll be good after January 2nd. I leave on 15th. I go to Phoenix, Arizona. Then after that, I go back for a quick second to San Francisco. After that, I go to Houston, Texas. So I'll be there for a minute till 30th.
And all that
fire,
couldn't have happened without your success and what you do, right?
Man, without God first, keeping God first and keep pushing.
There you go, man. And so really with the goal of this podcast, and we kind of talked about before we started up, but it's to really put the word out on what you do, you know, how to get into that game, what that game looks like, and the senses that come from it, right? But you've been through a lot as well. It's not like you just made it happen and overnight and like that. So can you kind of talk about what you do now? Because you're not a trainer, you're not a coach. What do you call yourself?
I'm a basketball skill developer.
Nice.
Hey, I like that.
I've never heard that before, bro. This is my first time. But is that common in like the basketball realm?
I mean, we're trying to elevating your game, elevating success. Yeah, it is. Because, I mean, my goal is to be a all-time specialist, athlete specialist. So I handle all sports.
Oh, wow.
No, all sports.
Yeah, all
okay,
sports.
gotcha.
So I'm going back to school for my kinesiology degree.
Oh, no way. So that's one of the kind of stuff you have to have under your belt?
I mean, just the fact of trying to be more certified.
Gotcha.
And like, there's levels to this, so.
That part.
By me learning and on hand, on the fly, it's like, okay, let me just get more certified so I have more professional athletes in my program. Feel more comfortable with professional athletes and dealing with agencies and NBA programs.
There's a whole shebang that goes into
There
it,
is.
bro.
I hearing even some of the podcasts that we'd seen on Gilbert Arenas, right? That's the podcast. What's the podcast called?
No Chill.
Okay,
No
there we
Chill.
go.
Yeah,
I didn't even know like how deep you get into. I got hooked on that part where you were talking about just dribbling alone. Like you don't need all that fancy dribbling. 2 dribbles, you're in and out. You got to get to where you're going. All that is for when you, what was it? Something like when you have skill, you start adding those things because you're a little bored with the game at that point. But you got to elevate to that level.
I mean, I see a lot of people doing 2-ball, 3-ball, ball handling drills on Instagram. It's cute and stuff, but at the end of the day, how many basketball you play with in the game?
One. Damn,
So
hella
perfect-
true.
so
Straight up.
perfect
Yeah, that was fire when I heard it. I was like, you know what? That makes a whole lot of sense. You know?
what I mean? So I keep it simple, and I credit that to Kobe Bryant. Me and Kobe, I was blessed to have him in my life at a young age. Just of the fact that he was in my life, I learned a lot. I seen a lot. And we talked about this training development. I was blessed to help him with this Kobe Bryant Skill Development Academy. His academy started in 2006, 2005. I was in college during that time, so I wasn't able to do it at LMU. But I came home 2007. I've been working with him 2007, 2010. So during that whole time, we were dealing with kids and doing the LMU, and then we moved from LMU to Santa Barbara. So from there, it was like just learning how to deal with individual athletes that were different emotions, different parents, different just the business side of it. Because I was on the inside dealing with Kobe. So I was blessed to have a conversation with him that we go on for days of our conversations. You know what I mean? So
with Kobe, Kobe.
So I'm not trying to get too emotional about it because I said Kobe.
Yeah, R.I.P. Kobe, man, for real.
Yeah, R.I.P. So Yeah.
Shit, I remember the forum,
Damn, bro, you
the
go-
Rick Fox days, Robert Ory. You know, I remember
yeah.
the what was it, 3-peat? You know, the whole.
Yeah, I was there with Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones.
Damn. Okay,
Like,
that's even before.
that's
Yeah.
the Cole family. So I wasn't part of the success. I was part of the grind. So I seen what it takes. I seen what he did.
That's crazy. So you were part of the whole Mamba Academy stuff, like even from the get go. Whoa, that's a lot of history right
That's
there in
deep as
itself,
hell.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like
It's all right.
rest in peace, Cole.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real, bro. And we have his
a
picture
legend.
up right here too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but man, it's that's what we got it for, man. That's LA
Right.
too, man. Kobe's LA. But I really I kind of want to move into how you got to where you're at now, right? So tell us about where you grew up, and I know there's some shit that you've gone through. There's a lot of shit you've been through. Tell us about where you grew up and how that's got you to where you're at now.
Your story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up in Inglewood, California, as you know. Let me get a second.
Yeah.
That's
no,
all right,
do your
man.
thing,
No worries. No
Ed
worries.
is part.
Yep.
I didn't. We didn't have to go into that in too depth, but we'll be all right.
You got this, home team. Come on.
Yeah, we good. Any breaks you need to take, man?
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Have some water.
It's just like I'm not trying to cloud chase. I'm not trying to gain
Nah.
credibility off knowing him or the experience I had with him. But I know how important it is to me to tell the story. But right now, it's just hard because it's
It's fresh. It's still fresh, man.
still.
Fuck yeah, it's fresh.
It's
man.
very fresh. Yeah. I realized that even when I was on Twitter not too long ago, it was like it was like an anniversary. I'm like, yo,
I know.
I felt like it just happened, you know? Like it's
Super
wild.
nice, bro.
Yeah. Good looking, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
No problem, man.
Okay.
But- Nah, you good.
Yeah, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's real. That's what my company called Real is Rare, you know what I mean? So I experienced real things in life. Growing up in Inglewood.
And you know what?
man.
Inglewood has always been that, man. It's always been a city where we always had famous dudes in there, but then again, there's always shit going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I get it. It's like a nice little spot where you get a lot of successful fucking people coming out the city, but in the same token, there's so much shit going on all the time. It's like fuck.
Man, City of Champions. So,
City of champions, man.
Definitely breed champions and winners. And a lot of families, a lot of homeowners. So, that home environment, the whole community atmosphere is there from elementary, junior high, high school. Everybody know each other. If you're on the north side or the west side, south side, everybody know each other. But, yeah, like I said, growing up in that environment in Inglewood, it's deep. You know what I mean? So me overcoming that, the gang adversity, my street, my block, and then having Kobe come to my life in 96, it was a blessing. So me experiencing that whole ride with him, I can't put into words.
Were you playing basketball already? Like
Yeah.
during your whole life, you've been playing basketball. What was that
Yeah,
like?
so growing up in Inglewood, like I said, the culture of Inglewood is game banging our sports, and I'm
Yep,
game
yep.
banging. So you know what I mean. So playing basketball, playing sports in the city, I was pretty good. I went to elementary, got a little name for myself in 5th grade at Worthington.
Where'd you go, Crozier?
No, Worthington.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a South Side.
Got you,
Crystal
got you.
Imperial. So with the Worthington Elementary Bobcat, I played against the Croziers, played against the La Tijeras, the parents, and everybody like that. And in championship game at Morningside, I had 56 against 50 against Worthington. No, Woodworth. So the high school coach from there, he wanted me very bad from Morningside. That was my first recognition of basketball, like fame and stuff. All I wanted to do was win and play good. So grew up a Nick Van Exel fan. Sorry if I'm emotional, but it just got me reminiscing and thinking of stuff.
That's all right.
Yeah, so grew up a Nick Van Exel fan, Matty Johnson. So that whole point guard, whole Showtime doing his thing, controlling the basketball, controlling the game. That's what I grew up on. So did that. Wellington, 56 in championship game. The high school coach was on me real tough. Went to Monroe, and my blood started growing. Played little. No, I didn't play my 6th grade year. I played flag football. And like I said, I was just playing basketball. I really didn't know too much about AAU. Didn't too much about the whole, what was on the other side of basketball. Just playing. 7th grade, I went to, like I said, Monroe. Daniel Campbell, my best friend, one of my close best friends. His uncle was Eldon Campbell, and he's an Inglewood legend. He went to Morningside, and when he became Los Angeles Laker, the 16.
shit.
Wow.
Eldon Campbell.
Oh shoot.
Sorry if I'm caught up, y'all. So,
No, you're straight. You're straight. You're
like I said, end of the day, so Daniel, his uncle, is Eldon. So he was a Laker. We went to a practice one time. He invited me to a practice. So we did chilling, working out. It's 96. I'm in 7th grade. Kobe got drafted. I didn't know him, but he saw us on the side. I didn't know he was 17 or 18. And I didn't know who he was, but he saw me doing my thing, gravitated towards me. And from there, he's been hanging out. Matter of fact, he called my mom. It was like, can he stay after practice and hang out with, or work out with me? And from there,
That's insane, man.
Whoa, so even from the start, from when he even got drafted, you guys were already like making it happen together. That's wild, man.
7th grade, huh? That's
You know what's crazy? The
young
passion,
as hell, man.
the fact that, because his story is wild too. Like him coming out from the NBA, didn't even have to go to college, right? Didn't even have to go to college. So even you, what were your thoughts? Like thinking, damn, I could do this shit even right as soon as I get out of high school.
so yeah, that's what the expectations are,
Right.
the assumptions are. But at the end of the day, I'm not 6'10", I'm not 6'6", and
That is very true.
that's reality.
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't even mean to throw this sidebar out, but I thought you were gonna be like 7 foot something. You know what I mean? No. You know, I was like, man, he said. I'm like, man, this is gonna be big. It's surprising,
low
though,
key?
you know. But that just shows how much work you put in to
Right.
get the recognition you did at your height, at your stature, whatever. You
Who's
know?
the shortest player in the NBA right now?
Shit, I don't even know. I don't watch. It sucks. I tell people I only watch sports when I'm in jail. You know?
Damn.
Really? I don't got time to watch it out here. But it is what it is. I watch the Super Bowl. I watch the finals.
I'm curious real quick because a lot of our audience, they're like you said, basketball was life. You were away from that in Inglewood. How did you keep yourself so engaged in basketball and away from gangs? Was there a time where they try to bring you in or
Like
try
I said,
to?
well, I
man.
mean, it's not like a bringing in thing. Like you grew up in an environment, you don't know you're amongst sharks until you're out of the water. And I didn't really realize it until I got to college or out of high school. Because then I got a chance to leave Inglewood and go to experience the other things in other states. So that's when I realized, like, damn, I was really amongst the sharks, the wolves. But at the end of the day, they're all my bros. They all, we grew up together. So it is what it is. That's why I appreciate Cope so much and basketball so much, because when I wasn't on the block, I was playing basketball. Prime example, like I said, so I met Cope in my 7th grade year, and we've been grinding. He doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, but I'm not caught up with he doing because I'm doing my thing.
Right.
Right.
Like,
That's true.
I'm hooping, balling, I'm getting this new fame success. So my 7th grade year, I go to AAU circuit.
And what's that? Is that like a good league or something?
I
don't
played
really
park
know.
and break my whole life, or in neighborhoods. So AU was like sponsored by shoe companies and the best of the best,
Oh,
the
nice.
elite athletes. Now it's so saturated. All you need to do is have a monthly fee, and then you be a part of the AU team. But back then it was like you had to be the best of the best.
Skill based.
Yeah, exactly. So they had certain programs or shoe companies that was sponsoring teams in the inner city, and they got kids and they took us around the country, and we played basketball, and we got earned scholarships.
Damn.
Not knowing the big picture, but all I did was play basketball for shoes. I was so happy because, like I said, growing up in Inglewood, I didn't have the funding to actually pay for my own shoes. So I was like, let me bust my butt to be the best I could be and get the shoes. So, yeah, long story short, I'm becoming #1 point guard in junior high from 7th grade to 8th grade. #1 point guard in high school from like 9th to 10th. I got an injury my 10th grade year with my knee. I tore my meniscus.
Ouch.
I went to Westchester. So I got to Westchester. I was so good, quote unquote, in junior high school that they recruited me from middle school to go to Lee Monroe to go to Overwright. Overwright is a middle school in Westchester District. So I went there, and my grades automatically went to Westchester. So I was enrolled to Westchester. So I went to Westchester, played varsity my freshman year, and I played varsity. I played 5 games on JV my freshman year. Did my thing. They moved me up to varsity, and I rocked out freshman. Did my sophomore season, and we won city championship my sophomore season. But at the beginning of sophomore season, I tore my meniscus. So doing that whole, before I tore my meniscus, me meeting Kobe up to that point, what Kobe really instilled in me was the work ethic, was the not quit mentality. And I guess that's the Mamba mentality now that everybody's claiming. Excuse me. But it's still the fact that I saw his work ethic. I saw we had to overcome. I saw we had to endure with Dale Harris. I saw we had to deal with Shaq. I saw we had to overcome with the media. Everybody was like hating on him. I saw everything. So, you know what I mean? So I knew no meniscus was going to stop me. So, little bump in the road. I talked to him. He said, you got 6 months to get over it.
Six months to heal?
Well, that's what the doctor said.
Okay.
And Kobe was like, that's what you got then. We'll get over it. Like, he wasn't no pity party. That wasn't how he got down. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to talk about him, because in the day, I can't be soft. I'm 5'10", 5'11", so he was like heart over height. He always grew me to be great, to like take the opponents, like take their heart. True story. I asked him my sophomore year going to ABCD camp. So I left West. So my ninth grade year, I went to Westchester. 10th grade year, we won city championship. I asked the head coach, can I go to the Nike All-American camp? Because I was the #1 point guard in California. And can I go?
So why not? Yeah.
Exactly. He was like, no, I could put a dog's name on the application, and they'll send him an invite. And I felt that so disrespectful. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. So me being young, I get arrogant, cocky, I was like, I'm out of here then. So not that I'm out of here off that note, but it was a lot that built up to that.
Yeah.
So off that note, I started searching, asked Cole what was else out there. And he talked about the ABCD camp. I know nothing about the ABCD camp because I'm a West Coast kid and I grew up under Nike. So I heard about Nike camp. I heard about, Nike circuit and stuff, but nothing about Adidas or ABCD. Sonny Vaccaro, never heard of them until Kobe. Come to find out, Kobe went to ABCD camp. He did his thing, got his name. That's where he made his mark to go straight to the league. So I'm like, wow, okay. So let me, then I'll get the opportunity to go and play ball. I met a guy named Patrick Roy. He was the head coach from Inglewood High School. And he was asking me if you really want to go to ABCD camp, I can make it happen for you. On top of Kobe vouching for me. So I was like, okay. So made that plug happen. So that summer, I went to ABCD camp, and I asked Kobe for some advice and just how cutthroat Kobe is. I'm like, so what should I do, to make, to prepare for this camp?
Right.
And he was like, take their hearts.
So what's the when you get to these camps, your goal is to what? Like to try to outshine everybody else, knowing that everybody else is there because they're really good?
Like I said, what Kobe said, take their hearts. Like, it ain't no blueprint to it. It's take their hearts.
Right.
And the only way you can earn their respect is take their respect.
That's
what I learned over the process, but not be prepared for that process or for that tournament or for that showcase. It was like shell shock. I held my own on the tournament meniscus.
That part.
But it was still like, whoa. You know what I mean? So all the best of the best. My classes, Raymond Felton, Anthony Roberson, Mike Brown. So all these top point guards. Darren Williams, Sean Dockery, all these top point guards in my class or at this East Coast camp. So I had to perform. Aaron Brooks, and these are pros now. So I'm like, if I'm doing my thing amongst them at that level, it was just me being consistent. But I was so caught up in the premature hype of me being around Kobe since I was young, thinking I was gonna be just destined to go pro.
I get you.
Carpet. So it was the stigma of thinking that something's gonna be given to me, and it's not. That's why I'm not caught up in social media right now, because it's like it's too instant gratification, and it's not real. So it's like in the day you got to really put the work in, the grind in, and the success gonna come. It's gonna follow. There's no science to it. It's just hard work pays off. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out how can I translate that to these next generation. Because next generation is like they're different. You know what I mean? So I'm just, like I said, I was blessed to be around Cole, doing that whole junior high school experience. Baron Davis was on my high school AAU team, so I meet Baron, Jason Hart, and these all pros now, and Paul Pierce. So I seen pros. Every AAU tournament is like just Tyson Chandler, like Tayshaun Prince, Kenny Bruner. Like I can go on for days and days.
Damn, that's everybody, bro.
It's like the players out of LA, Los Angeles alone. It's just inevitable. It's just the list goes on and on. So my upbringing was different. You know what I mean? So I seen greatness, and I wanted to be great. So I knew what I had to do, and I wouldn't try to, settle for less. So any injury I had or any adversity I had to knock it down to get over it, to accomplish my goal, to still, earn my respect.
Yeah.
And that's basically my whole life, just earning my respect in basketball. Like I said, saved my life. So in high school, you get distance. Kobe started blowing up. In 2000, he won a championship at Staples Center, and that's when it was like I had to talk to somebody, talk to him.
Yeah, it became kind of like this whole
that's
process.
shit,
He
huh?
was like he was bigger than big. He was bigger than life. So I mean, I had to respect it, I had to
Right.
understand it, and yeah. So
Is that when you kind of started realizing, like, damn, it wasn't, I really have to work on, I can't just expect it to be gifted to me. Is that when you started realizing that too? Like, this isn't going to be gifted.
I always
like-
knew I had to work for it for sure, but at the end of the day, it was like we still caught up in this fog of the Nikes giving me shoes, Adidas giving me shoes, all this newfound success media. Like, my name's J Mac. People call me J Mac because in high school I was in Slam magazine, so they gave me
Damn.
the nickname J Mac, called me
J-Mac,
basketball
huh?
point guard and all that stuff. Like, you look it up in the article. I don't know which one it was, but in the day, that's my first time making a national page magazine. Wow.
At a young age, bro.
At a young age, so all
That's
that
hella
was a lot
young.
going on. Then during that era, it was the era of high school players going straight to the pros. So I had a player on my team named D'Angelo Collins, and he was going straight from the pros, from Inglewood to the pros, but it never happened. And God blessing me, that's a good situation. He had an opportunity. But during that whole time, we was traveling. We had MTV following us his whole career, his whole senior year. It was just a lot going on. Like I said, I was just caught up in the hype. So I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? So, and now looking back at it, I can't let these kids that I'm helping get caught up in the hype of social media, all this
That
premature
part.
success.
That part,
Yeah,
100%.
so that's
And
really
I see that more and more. Like, everybody now, they got the Jordan headband, they got the knee
Man,
pads, they got,
everything.
and they're they go
All
on, they
accessories.
dribble somebody, they shake somebody on YouTube, on Instagram, and that's their post. But you don't even know if they're
Man, yeah, it's
They're
a lot,
there.
There's a lot going on, so I try to deal with that the best I can.
So I feel like that kind of brings us to real is rare, right?
Exactly.
So let's talk about how that kind of came up and what that's
Yeah,
going like.
so like I said, basketball saved my life. So 2017, I'm trying to go step by step with you. 2012, I got shot. But before then, though, basketball saved my life. My junior year, I'm in high school now. I leave my block. Me and my best friend hang out every day. I leave the block to go to Darby Park to go play basketball, and I come back to the block and he's shot dead. So it's like, if I wasn't thinking about basketball, I'd be still hanging out with him. That motivated me more to keep going. So
Wow.
I had my junior year, pushed myself to keep going. Like I said, any adversity I had in front of me, I had to knock it down. So I knocked that down, kept going. Went to a prep school out of high school. Went to Hargrave Military Academy. That's when I realized I was really amongst sharks and stuff. Like, the life I was living was like, it was crazy. So I tried to straighten up as much as possible. That broke me down because it was a military academy. That's all forever be loyal. Be thankful to Baron Davis. Like, Baron Davis, he was able to financially send me to Hargrave Military Academy. And that was like $15,000 to $20,000 a month financially.
Wow.
So
that's big money, bro.
you know what I mean? The whole
At the
year.
time, at that time, what year is it? 20 what?
That was 2003.
That's a lot of money at that time.
2003. I mean,
That's
granted,
that's
he
like
was-
USC money now.
Yeah, but granted, he was an NBA professional. He played for
Right.
the Charlotte Hornets during that time, so I was blessed to know him prior to his success.
Gotcha.
So he knew I was good for it. Bust my butt, passed my SAT. I was signed with Fordham University out of Atlantic 10 Conference in Manhattan, New York. Bob Hill came and recruited me. So I had a pretty good year at Hargrave Military Academy because it was only 1 year. It was a postgraduate program, like a 13th year. It's big on the East Coast. Right now, it started migrating on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, it's real big. So
Nice.
went there, did my thing. I was going to go to Fordham, but Bob Hill said that he was about to go to the NBA to go to Seattle Supersonics. He got a contract. So with that being said, I didn't want to go to a new school on the East Coast with new coaching staff. I didn't know him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I can't do that. So I left there, got out of that situation, went to CSI. Now, CSI is the most winningest junior college program in American history. So I didn't know nothing about this till I found out about them.
What city is that one in?
Twin Falls, Southern Idaho.
I have no idea where that's at, bro.
I go from Inglewood to Chatham, Virginia, Hargrave Military Academy. Go there for the crazy weather that's fresh after 9/11. So we out there with below zero weather, President saluting to flag. It was crazy. I said, have my bed done at 5 in the morning, make sure it was straight. This drill sergeant come in, and why out of all people, my drill sergeant name was Sergeant Major Payne.
For real.
Out of all people. So it was like it was a whole like movie, like my life in a movie.
Was the movie out
really?
already? Yeah.
Yeah, it was already
out.
out. Yeah, so we made jokes about that, but he wasn't having it.
He
so
wasn't having it,
yeah,
hell
so
no.
we wasn't joking.
I know you don't fuck with the sergeant.
We definitely respect him.
Yeah.
But we did what we did at adolescence, as kids. We definitely snuck out. We definitely went rogue a couple of nights. You feel me? You know,
What kind of stuff were you doing out there? What is there to do?
it felt like jail, honestly. Like that's when I realized jail wasn't for me. So it was all boys school. It was military base, military academy. So we had to do everything military standard. And yeah, it was like no stalls. The stalls had no doors. It was we all lived together. It was all like a group home, like a boys jail.
Damn, does sound like jail, low key. Like
It
no
really
stalls
is.
or
A lot of
nothing,
old
bro.
jails, they just basically use barracks, old barracks.
Yeah, but instead of the barracks, it
just
was
use-
like we was in the middle of nowhere.
Damn.
So we're little kids in the middle of nowhere. Where we gonna go? How-
Right.
So I'm telling myself, but at the end of the day, like I said, we went rogue, and a couple of players know my boy JB from New Jersey, my boy Gerald from Gerald Brown, rest in peace, from Baltimore. He just passed away, but yeah. So we went rogue one night. We went to a tournament, I think South Carolina, I guess next to Virginia. We did our thing. We killed that team, and their cheerleaders was on us so tough. They followed us back to our to Virginia. So we didn't know until he got a phone call. Gerald come into our room talking about they outside. And we're like, what? So we ended up getting dressed up in our fatigues and stuff.
Bro.
So you just whooped on that team and they got sour and chased you guys
the
back to the day?
girls. I guess the girls were so excited about we doing our thing. I don't know. All I know
Damn.
is it's an all boys school, bro. Think about it. We've been there all year, at least
Right.
9 months.
Right.
Females
A lot of
talking about-
temptations out there, bro.
I'm not gonna say they're the best looking. I'm just saying, bro. You feel me? So
Yeah.
we did what I had to do. We snuck out. I mean, like I said, we was city boys in the country, and yeah. So we did our thing, had fun, came back, snuck back. I think Sergeant Major Payne really knew, honestly, but he never said nothing because we didn't get caught. Like that's how cool he was. He was cool. He was like a real father. He was
Nice.
cool. Yeah. So we did that. I went to Southern Idaho, out of Fordham. I went to Southern Idaho. I found that out because Kenny Bruner, he went there out of Georgetown, before Georgetown, I think. So Kenny Bruner is an LA legend. So I went to CSI, did my thing my freshman year, and just like Allen Iverson, I got into a situation where two of my teammates got into a fight off campus, and I'm on camera with them off campus. Excuse me, it was on campus, in front of the dorms, in the parking lot, and on camera they're fighting. I'm not throwing not one punch, but in the conversation at the end of the meeting, we all got sent home. So after my freshman year, I'm
Damn,
like,
man,
damn.
that sucks. That's all it takes, huh? Just
Yeah.
a little-
It was zero tolerance to fighting. I
Zero
was like,
tolerance.
nothing to do with it though. But Southern Idaho, Twin Falls, I'm not gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? So we had to go home. So we went home. They sent me on a bus ride home. The whole 14-hour bus ride. I'm thinking about like what I'm gonna do with my life. I got my boy Son Adams in Arizona. I got my whole homeboys at UCLA, John Thompson. Like my whole peers are all succeeding, playing ball, being in college and stuff. Like what I'm gonna do.
That's a lot of time to think, man.
14 hours.
A lot of time to think.
Yeah, so I came home, went to Southern Idaho. I know went to Southwest College, and Coach Morris, the legendary Coach Morris, and he was really a real father figure. He humbled me a lot.
You were already 18 at this point?
Yeah, 17, 18, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm traveling the country. I've been traveling since I was 13 with AU, so I was comfortable being away from home, comfortable being on my own, you know what I mean? So, it's part of the game. I had to figure it out. So I get back to LA, Southwest, did my thing my freshman year. Oh no, I went academic my first year. Second year I played, did my thing. We went to
What does academic mean?
So I had to make up grades from Southern Idaho because I got kicked out in between of the first and second semester. So I had to make up second semester. So first year went to school, handled my books. Second year played ball, did my thing. Had a couple offers, but it wasn't the same offers that I had before I went to the whole little experience. Had a reality check. my window is closed. You know what I mean? They thought somebody else knew. This
Yeah.
other guard new wave of kids coming in, so had to get it where I fit in. Had a Division II offer in Hawaii Pacific University in Hawaii. I figured if I gotta go D2, I might go to Hawaii. I went to Hawaii, thinking it was gonna be bigger than what it was. It was beautiful, but the situation was crazy. They had us outside practicing on ground, on concrete, like we were blacktop, like it was junior high. And I'm like, bro, I'm off a meniscus tear. My junior year in high school, oh, I didn't tell you, so I'll skip something. My junior year in high school, so I'm fresh off of city championship my sophomore year. We go to Inglewood. I transferred from Westchester to Inglewood. I went to ABCD camp. I come back from ABCD camp. I go to Inglewood High School with Coach Roy. We sponsored by Adidas now. So doing my thing. 3 days before the first game of the season, my junior year, I break my leg. I get pushed in practice and come from dunking. And I get pushed in the air, come down and break my shin bone. So my whole junior year gone.
Damn.
Gone.
So you're traumatized and going to Hawaii because of shit like that.
You feel me? So like I know my opportunity is slim. So
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, I'm not gonna be practicing outside on concrete. You feel me? So
Damn.
my sophomore year, my meniscus tear. My junior year, my shin bone break. So all the guys my senior year. So I do my thing my senior year, about 25-12. Inglewood, we lost to Dominguez in the championship at the Pond. Had offers from USC. Henry Bibby wanted me to go there. We had a meeting stuff. He was talking about he would sign me, but I'm injury prone. So there was a lot of politics with that. So,
But realistically, on paper, you would think it's only one real injury. The other one was just happened to be whatever it was.
I mean,
you know?
I'm not gonna say he's an asshole, but Henry Bibby's an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, so
2 injuries. What do you say? Nah, injury prone.
yeah, you feel me? So he had me, question myself a little bit, and just normal. Like I said, just me having that foundation, being under code. I knew I couldn't stop. I knew code wouldn't accept me again until he saw me succeed. So didn't cry about it. Just kept pushing, kept playing ball. I went to Southwest College, went to Hawaii Pacific. I left Hawaii Pacific because they had us playing in crazy situations outside and stuff. We couldn't get our own gym. We'd be at the Y. The Y the floors was all dead and still spots and stuff. So it was crazy. So left Hawaii Pacific, asked for a transfer. Came home 2007, met Kobe again 2008. So 2008, 2009 to 10, 11, I'm working his Kobe's Academy every summer. So every summer, me and him linking up, and we working out in summertime. We still get back to the old ways. Still not how it used to be every day, me hanging out. Now he's a family man. Now he's got Vanessa, now he got the kids. She's born, everybody's born. So it's just protocol. I'm just waiting my time. When they got time to hang out, let me know. I got time, pull up, I'll pull up. So at this point, we from LMU to Santa Barbara. We at Santa Barbara University. That's when we played Bow Wow. I remember that Bow Wow situation. I know it went viral. Him and Bow Wow played 1-on-1.
I think I've seen it on some old YouTube videos.
Yeah,
It's
I think
on
I've seen
YouTube,
an
right?
older clip
yeah,
of
so
that.
During that whole time, I'm watching the kids, the girls. It was, so he's like telling me before the game starts, he was like, Jason, 1,000 if you go back and clip. I got it short now, but yeah, he said my name before the clip because I'm over there in the corner watching the girls, playing basketball with the girls. And yeah, so I've been around Kobe in most intimate moments, like, you know what I mean? So during that whole experience, I learned a lot, did a lot. 2011 happened. I met a guy named Brett Gottlieb, and he helped me. He said he knew some players or knew some agents overseas or teams overseas that he helped me with. He's a financial advisor. He's not an agent. He's a financial advisor. He helped me. So I was like, okay. So we met him. I did a couple of workouts in front of Dubai, a team in Dubai, a team in Israel, a team, like I said, in Europe. I ended up taking a trip to Bulgaria. So I worked out for a team in Bulgaria. I lived out there for like 6 months. I worked out with them.
Real quick, how does that work? I'm curious because when people talk about overseas, like I'm curious.
It's tricky, man. So it's just all about just like I said, if you supply and demand, like any hustler, you feel me? So it's crazy. It's just if they like you, they gonna get you. That's simple. If you work hard, if they see something liking you, they'll pick you up. They'll give you a paycheck. So I had to start at the bottom, and I was making $15,000 a month in Bulgaria. I did that for like 6 months.
Damn, $15,000 a
That
month.
doesn't sound
That's
bad,
pretty
bro.
good.
That sounds
It was
like I
decent, but
damn
it's
near
the
feel like I
bottom,
made it
right?
with that.
It's the bottom.
What was the hustle like out there though? What's the difference between like NBA out here?
We had to fend for ourselves. They gave us apartments and stuff, make sure we had groceries and everything. There was a little restaurant next to the arena where we stayed at. But at the end of the day, it was like, college all over again.
Gotcha.
It was-
So it's not
I
like
seen people
NBA.
doing buggies down the street, and people and their families and stuff getting pulled by mules. Like it just
Damn, it's wild.
And speaking that foreign language, I'm sure that had to
you
have
feel
been
me?
something
Yeah.
new.
I mean, we had translators, but I didn't really speak too much to other people outside of playing basketball. So then I was more on my internet access and seeing the teammates that was Americanized. So yeah.
People could still make it from the overseas
Yeah, because
division
basketball is
too.
universal. You know what I mean? So if you really know the game, it's like poetry and motion. You really don't have to speak the game. You speak the game to keep everybody on the same page. But if you know how to cut, if you know how to play, it's fluid. It's like poetry and motion, if you ask me.
Damn, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So your experience in Bulgaria now, you're in there.
Yeah,
and then-
so did the Bulgaria thing. We did the championship round, FIBA. We didn't make it. Came home. I was supposed to go back the following season. So I come back in December. Like December, I come back. It'd be early December. By January 2nd, Christmas, New Year's happened. January 2nd, I get shot. I got shot 6 times. January 2nd, 2012.
You weren't even back
What?
for a long time, huh?
Nah, I was back.
December 2nd, not even a month, barely
back,
a month.
Yeah, I was back yeah.
Walk us through that day.
Like I said, it was hungover because it was after New Year's. I was with my female best friend. We was at her house chilling. I got a phone call from one of my other female friends talking about she wanted me to help her move some TVs. Help her move some TVs. Yeah, did that. Came out. She said, somebody was flashing money. I looked up, and it was somebody flashing money. Coincidentally, I knew that person. And, whatever ill will he had towards me, he tried to take it out on me on that day. So it was like everything happened real, real fast. When I looked up, keys out there next to him, I'm already parked. I was on the driver's side. And, he just came through and shot up the whole driver's side. So I got shot 6 times. Twice in my arm, once in my neck, back, once here, 2 times in my lower back. So the lower back happened because my homegirl, she was in the car sitting down, and when I heard her scream, that's when I jumped over to try to protect her. And by that time, I got hit in my back, and one of the bullets paralyzed me. It pierced my back. It pierced my spine.
What?
Yeah, so I was paralyzed from that shot. Didn't feel nothing else. God, thank God. So went to the ambulance, the whole experience, heard the sirens come and stuff.
Were you you weren't conscious, right?
Yeah, I
like
was conscious. I was
Wow.
conscious. I had a moment with God. I had a moment with my grandmother and everybody that passed away in my family. Like, yo, I want to see y'all. Not right now.
No way. What was that moment like? You remember that whole vision?
Yeah. Just
What was that like?
It was just like that. I was in the ambulance and they talking about putting something over my face, and I was like, no, not right now. And I was like, I want to see y'all. Not right now. And then I said, come on. And they put it over my face, and I woke up 6 hours later. So I had a 6-hour surgery, and I didn't know I had a stroke during surgery till the next day.
What?
So I had a stroke during surgery, and during the next day, my auntie come visit me. She noticed my face was like slumped, my left side of my face. So she said something to the nurse, and they realized I had a stroke. So I had a stroke, a couple blood clots. So I had the whole year I was in the hospital basically. In 2012, I was down.
Wow.
So
Real quick,
That
what
had
I'm
been a cold
thinking right,
feeling, man.
yeah, what I'm thinking right now,
yeah, my son, it was deep.
I'm thinking like, yo, your whole career, your whole,
Right.
and I'm thinking like, as soon as that, like even the ambulance and all that, it's crazy you weren't thinking about it then, but you had a whole year now to be thinking about all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
what was
yeah,
happening
everything
during,
was
like,
in
what
my
was
head.
going through your head during all that?
I'm not gonna say it wasn't no ill will. I wasn't mad. It was more so like, what helped me? That 50 Cent song, Ambition.
No way.
50 Cent, this is knowing his story, how he overcame, how he became so successful. I was like, you know what? I'm still here. I'm living. I'm gonna do this. So, I got shot, hospital. Like I said, I was still intact with Kobe, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, 2012, if you go back in the records, he went on like a little span from January to like March, going for 40 points. And he said he dedicated that to me.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? So just
Damn.
What did you, when you heard the whole paralyzed thing, how did the doctors tell you? Was it really like,
Right.
was it one of those ones where like, hey, you're paralyzed, that's it? Or hey, this is the way it works. You get we'll know in a month if you get some move. I don't, the nerves, I guess, and all that.
Man, it's a real. It's like I'm used to the doctor telling me I can't play my meniscus.
Man, yeah.
I'm used to the doctor telling me I can't play my shin bone.
That's true.
You feel me? So I hear it. I don't believe it.
I'd be frustrated, bro.
But that whole year, like I said, I don't believe it. But that whole year, I mean, not being able to move, just being paralyzed, can't eat, can't feed, shit got real. Damn. So just, I mean, like I said, just understanding that, being humble by that, still know I'm alive, had to figure it out. I mean, so, excuse me.
Yep.
That part, man, it's just, that hurts. I'd be frustrated knowing that I can't do this. When so I had torn.
After another,
Right. Okay, like I'll be real. I wasn't good at football like that. All right. I wasn't gonna make it to the NFL, nothing like that. I played running back or anything like that.
Yeah.
But when I tore my ACL my senior year, I was like, yo, this is my year. I'm finally gonna be able to start and enjoy the sport.
Right.
I wasn't even caring about trying to make it a college or anything like that. I'm like, I'm finally gonna be able to start a little bit and enjoy the sport.
Right.
And fucking the first week of practice, I tear my ACL. I put my leg down, ACL's down, tore a little bit of my meniscus. The whole thing, got surgery and all that. But I was so frustrated that day. I drove myself to the doctor.
Yeah, my meniscus tore. I didn't realize it was tore till like 3 or 4 weeks later. So I was still
Damn,
practicing.
you don't feel it that much.
Yeah, like it's
wild.
Numb feeling. Like
Right.
it gets stiff.
Right.
Certain positions it stays in, but in the day I can still run on it and jump on it. So I'm like, my mentality was I go through brick walls.
Right.
So I'm still play, still go hard. I'm 5'10". I know I'm little. I got to
Yeah.
play hard. You feel me? I gotta be effective on the court. Play like I'm 7 feet. Like you say, you thought I was bigger than what I am.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
What's
I knew
that say? What's that say? I may be 5 feet, but I speak like I'm 7 feet or something like that. There's a say like that.
Hard with that,
Yeah, for real though. So just my whole mentality, I wasn't gonna quit. I wasn't gonna be denied. So, yeah, I went through the experience. I had to realize my situation. And understand that shit, I can't cry about it. I'm here now. I'm alive. They offered me, do I want to be Olympic? Because they knew they heard I play basketball, so they sent me to a special Rancho little spinal doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But they was like, do I want to be in a wheelchair Olympics? And I'm thinking to myself,
Nah, no
they're
way,
already
bro.
trying
That's
to
hard right there. Like,
get
what do you
crippled me.
mean?
Hell no. So I immediately said no. So that whole process was like, just persevering, understanding what I want to do. I want to get up out that bed. And one night, me and my mom, she with me every night. And it just started, my legs started twitching. I was like, what the fuck?
No way.
Prior to that, what it was like, no,
way.
you would try to lift up and nothing
feel
would happen?
I couldn't do nothing. Every little physical therapist tried to come in, try to help me. Then the whole little 3-4 months I was in the hospital, nothing. So like going to talk the 4th month. So what I didn't realize was they was telling me that the bullet that hit my spine didn't complete the spine break. It tapped it. So by tapping it, it was an incomplete fracture. So the bone marrow around my spine grew around the bullet to keep it stable.
Yeah.
So once the spine, the swelling went down, my functions was able to move again. So once my spine was still swollen, I couldn't move. It was still in shock. Once everything's calmed down, 4 months later, my legs started twitching. I'm like, oh snap. So just me understanding like my body. So they said if I wasn't in great shape, I wouldn't have been I wouldn't have been able to survive the situation. And that's why I laugh, because my boy today, but I ain't seen him in a minute. Me and Trevor Reza, we worked out like that was during the lockout year, 2011. So I come home, worked out with him, and we were buffing iron, working out like, real tough. So I'm 5'10", 195. I'm really like, legs and everything. I'm ready to go.
Doing everything you could, random ass curls
Right,
and shit.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I got shot, and the doctor said if I wasn't in physical great shape, I would have been over for sure. So it's me being healthy, me being a basketball. I say once again, basketball saved my life. So it's like in the day, I gotta be thankful for the gift God gave me over the years, and the blessings, the mercies He spared me over the years. So I'm laying on my back 2012, trying to figure it out what I'm gonna do next. people coming in. Like I said, I'm looking at the TV, seeing people, my peers do their thing. I knew I always wanted to do camps. Like I said, being a coach, I'm gonna have camp, basketball camps. I'm gonna come out of our situation. Everybody know me playing basketball. I'm gonna have camps. But reality is, don't nobody know me. I ain't go pro. I don't have an NBA dollar, NBA face.
Gotcha.
You feel me? So that's not reality. And reality is, I have to start from the bottom, actually develop players, and still earn my respect and my name as a trainer, as a developer, to actually have players want to come and train with me. So it was just a whole understanding the process of it and not trying to jump and skip no steps. About me thinking I have NBA friends and peers, I was gonna go from the hospital bed to the basketball court to the NBA, lead. Basically what I'm doing now. But reality was, it's not that simple. I had to earn their respect as well because they're my peers. They're thinking like they can learn anything from me. So I had to, up my knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just, like I said, man, it's a full-time grind. So this whole training thing is new to me. I had to figure it out. I wanted to still be in basketball, still travel the world, still be in basketball, but I couldn't play basketball no more. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to coach because I never lost that passion to play. I still got that fire inside of me.
Got
so
you.
that patience that you need to have to be a coach, I don't have.
So you feel like once you put yourself in that coaching position, you've already accepted the fact that I'm no longer going to be a player. I'm just going to coach, and you don't want to
That's a good
do
way
that.
to put it. Yeah, I guess
Gotcha.
that's the only way to kind of approach it,
And just
I ain't put my shoes on the Raptors yet.
Yeah, you're like, I still got,
There you go.
I still got another round in me. Let's go.
so what was so that first twitch? What happened when you saw that first twitch? How did you feel?
Shocked. I looked up at the sky, like, whoa. And then quickly called my mom's name. She was asleep on the couch in the hospital bed. She woke up. We start praying, start singing Donnie McKirkland. We fall down, but we get up. We sing that song every night. Time to get up.
That's
How long did it take you from when your legs started twitching and you kind of knew it's looking a little positive to the moment you were able to bounce a basketball again? How long did that take?
I got shot in January. I felt it like around March. I got kicked out of rehab in June.
you got kicked out of
How did you get
rehab,
huh? Man.
my boy.
Like I said, by me being an athlete, my stuff was waking up. I was doing things that they wouldn't see. No one was used to doing. I used to have like 6 or 7 loads of doctors come in at a time in the morning. Like, how is he walking? How is he able to
Like studying you.
study
basically.
me?
Yeah.
Practicing on me.
Whoa.
All those
Start
USC
taking your
kids,
blood
huh?
like in the movies and
USC
shit.
doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who these
interns and
people
the-
are. You
yeah.
feel me? So it's like every morning, I'm up at 4 or 5 in the morning before the sun come up. I got 4 or 5 people looking over me. So it was something different. But yeah, I had to hurry up and get up out of there. So I got up out of there. I came home.
Still walking or still wheelchair?
Oh, wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
For sure. I had to learn how to walk, pee, boo-boo, shit all over again, bro.
Really, that whole
All
thing.
everything, yeah, for sure.
They had a bag. They had you with a bag and everything.
God bless, I didn't have a bag.
Okay.
I was definitely in diapers, grown men diapers, the pins and stuff. You know what I mean? Had my mom and my homies from my neighborhood help me carry me to the bathroom and stuff. Rest in peace, Bo. So yeah, just like I said, yeah, been through it, man. So overcoming all that, be staying humble, understanding that it's a bigger picture. Had to be humble to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really humble when you grown, man. Your mama had to change your diaper.
That
That's
part,
intense,
bro,
I
for
wouldn't even
real.
know how to think that shit. You want to be manly and you want to be like, nah, come on, that's crazy. But you physically can't do it. Like it's a fucked up spot to be in,
Especially having like a competitive mindset like you had. I feel like, bro, like you're just straight line. I don't want nobody taking care of me. I'm me. I can do it. Like, yeah, that's definitely will play a big part.
So I guess that was a gift and a curse because at the end of the day, I wasn't gonna settle. I wasn't gonna just let someone
Right.
take care of me or just give up. So they offered me a automatic wheelchair out of the hospital. I was like, why? I'm trying to push myself, use my arms, push myself, try to walk. So
Some back
That's
arm while you're doing it,
crazy.
you know what I mean?
mentally,
Why not? Yeah.
I'm not trying to break down mentally. Fuck that. So
I kind of relate that, and I'm sorry to kind of bring it over this way, but I kind of related to what my brother said because my brother's about like he has a vitamin shop, manages a vitamin shop. He's all about health, has his own like workout brand and stuff. But what he told me, because I started gaining weight to a point where I started gaining weight. I'm sorry, I'm talking about my life now, but I started gaining weight a lot. I mean, we saw a picture of me before, you'd be like, that ain't you. But I gained so much weight, and I'm like, all right, I gotta buy bigger clothes. Like I gotta buy, and he's like, why are you gonna do that? If you buying bigger clothes is setting yourself up to be okay with where you're at right now.
Exactly.
I'm like, fuck, you sound like a real
I
douchebag
agree,
right
dog.
now, but you're right.
I refuse to rock anything outside of a large. I mean, I ain't.
And that's
refuse to
great.
go the XL
Yeah.
route. I ain't doing that.
As soon as I was over here looking at 36 size jeans, bro, I was like,
That's the biggest thing that I will take from Kobe. It wouldn't be like I learned a lot from basketball stuff on the court, but it was just a whole mental, not giving up mentality.
right. It's so hard to have that, bro.
I mean,
It's a mindset. It's not
It is.
just
It's
some
all
shit
mental,
you're
bro. It's all
yeah.
mental. He was 18 years old out here trying to figure it out. Some grown men, and they was against him, and he still believed in himself and his work ethic, and he loved the game. And
Yeah.
That's a hard passion to have, man.
man, I remember that night, yo. 2000, before they went to the Staples Center, they played the Clippers. I think Stanley Robertson was still on the Clippers team. So look up whenever Stanley Robertson, I guess it was last year, it was on Clippers, but he had a good game against the Lakers. And for whatever reason, Shaq played like shit. Man, we drove around that farm for like 3 or 4 times at least before he took me home, cussing like, fuck this. Once the team become mine, Shaq ain't gonna be here. And what happened a couple of years later, that's when I knew he was different. That's when I knew he was different. Prior to that, he was just my big cousin. He called me his little cousin. We worked out. We competitive. Do his thing. I was his AI dummy. He told me, do that AI shit. He always did the crossover.
Yeah. Okay.
He had to gear up against AI in the
Yes.
finals and stuff. So it was just mimicking him. So, it was a lot, like I said, he definitely put a lot of dog inside of me. He definitely just let me score. Oh, one story. So they were about to go some road trip. Auntie Pam, his mom, made him some cookies. She put them in the
I don't even know how they look, but they sound bomb as fuck. I'm like,
he still made the bomb cookies. He put them in a little Tupperware and put them in the car. That's when he bought his Navigator. He had a BMW first, then he bought a green Navigator. So he had the Navigator, and he had them in the truck. We had Southwest College practice. That's when Lakers practice there. I go in the truck first, not knowing the cookie was even there. So I see the cookies, and I'm like, oh, snap. I know she made them. So I grab me one, you feel me? Got something to eat, got a little cookie snack, go back in the gym. About 8 block practice over. We go to the car, he about to take me home. He noticed the cookie was gone.
Oh man.
It was me, right? So that's when we go inside the gym, play ones.
nah.
He wanted to take me. He told me to get out, walk home. I was like, nah, I ain't getting out the car. So
Right.
he go play me 1-on-1. So we played 1-on-1. I did not score. Everything was cookie. He was ripping me. Cookies. That's what he was saying. Cookies every time, ripping me. Cookies. And he never let me score. He beat me like it was real easy, 11-0. But at the end of the day, yeah, Kobe, he was a beast. So
That should be your nickname. Shit, cookies.
Man,
For real.
That's a.
yeah, that's
don't
another
get
story.
stories like that, yeah.
I got a bunch of stories, bro.
It's so dope because this is the first time I've actually, other than Brody Rose, but this is the first time I actually met somebody that has been alongside someone with fame. Like almost, not even just from, I mean, kind of basically from the start, but.
And that's the thing. Like I don't look at his fame. Like,
Right.
we
Oh,
grew
okay.
up together. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
There you
know
go.
him.
And
We
that's
played
what I
him,
need
we
to
could beat him.
separate.
You feel me? Like,
That
I didn't
part.
look at him like that. So when y'all say his name earlier, see his picture. It's like he's still with him to this day. He's still blessed to this day.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about him. That's why I didn't want to talk about on Gil's thing because I didn't want to cry on Gil's thing. But you already got me. So like I said, I'm humbling myself. I'm opening up. I'm getting more comfortable telling my story to the point where I don't have to cry. So I know I have to tell my story. I know it needs to be heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's one thing too that like there's so much phases to it when someone passes. I've learned recently through our therapists that we work with through here at PB Jobs where it's like you'll never have a time, what's the word, to it's like to
heal or
reframe, to
whatever?
heal. Yeah, the healing process won't just happen within the month of something. Something could take almost a whole life to heal. And so I hope to God that hopefully it comes for you. Eventually it just becomes this time where just like you've understood, you understand what's happening, the situation, and from there you just move up.
Yeah, that's why I think I love what I do because the kids, they're more therapeutic than they know. Because like me being in the gym, being around them, it's helping me overcome if I want to think left or want to have bad thoughts.
Right.
You feel me? So,
Because you're seeing a little youngster that has a new life He got everything in front of him, or at least the sky's the limit. He's so young, he's strong,
Exactly.
and you're just looking at him like, come on, we can make it happen.
Exactly.
You know?
I can't bring my burdens or my past onto you. I should only let you know what my past is so you can learn from it and teach you early while I learn late.
Right.
So you can move forward, have a
yeah.
better life than me. You know what I mean? That's a little my motto. Teach them early while I learn late. So I'm on the boys and girls side of basketball. So I'm like I said, it's all about the culture. It's not about no sex. I mean, Kobe was big about that. He wanted me to get Gigi when she got old enough because he knew my ball handling skills was superb, quote unquote, type. I was on an N1 mixtape in high school as well. Like I said, I got a long story documentary that we talk about, volume 3, volume 4. You can check me out. I know a lot of people, bro. I play ball. I put my stamp in the basketball LA community. Put my stamp.
That's fire, bro.
I did
I
that
used to
in my
watch those
sophomore year.
videos.
So N1 mixtape was like a staple growing up. So for me to make that my sophomore year in high school on a national thing, it was like big shit. So I really put in work for people still be talking about me to this day. So all the popularity I grew on the court, I'm transitioning to training now. Well, developing players now. So family members are adults my age, my peers. They're sending their kids to me now because they know I'm official. I don't have a big bag of training, years of training kids. I just know basketball. I play basketball. They know my background. They know real is rare. So how the real is rare came about, I'm in the hospital bed thinking like, what can I do? How can I get this going? I see a lot of fake people in my lane, feel a lot of fake people in my backyard talking about they training, they coaching. I see how the AU game being saturated. And I'm just like, you know what? Real is rare. Realize everyone ain't loyal.
Straight up.
Fuck. I did not know that was the meaning behind it.
So just in the day, just trying to say, keep it real to the culture and realize everybody not loyal to the culture, really being dedicated to the adversities that the basketball life brings. I mean, it shows you a lot about your character. Are you going to be lazy? Are you going to try to shortcut drills? You know, shortcut things in life? You're going to be lazy in life. Like, it brings out a lot about your characteristics. So I just really push the kids to be great. You're not born to be perfect. You're born to be great.
That part.
What I mean? So that's really my motto. And I learned a lot from Kobe and just, it's the no cutthroat attitude.
I'm sorry, but this is going to be a really cutthroat question. And you're okay to answer if you want to. You don't have to. We can cut it out if anything. The day that you found out, what was happening? How did you find out?
Like I said, he been blessing me to this day. For everything full circle, I'm believing God. So I've been with him his whole life. During the lockout year, he went to the Philippines. And I don't know if you know, but that's when he got his Adidas contract and everything blew up. So he had a real good time in the Philippines, did his thing. You know, he's half Filipino. let him tell it. So long story short, I'm at the gym working a Filipino camp. I think I got it on now. Phil Nation. Yep.
Oh, shit, look at
Phil
that.
Nation. It's crazy. It's crazy, said that. Yeah, so I work in this camp.
And that's where in the
It's
Philippines?
Filipinos. No, I'm not in the Filipinos. There are Filipinos, but they're out here in LA.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, you know, they have their own little community, camps and stuff. So I was blessed to be part of their staff. And, so I took advantage of it because I know what Cole connections had with Philippines and stuff. I know they want to build their culture with basketball. So when I was asked the opportunity, I took advantage of it. So I get the phone call. Man, we trained at the camp, get the phone call. Everybody, the whole gym just shut down.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah, just shut down. I just left. I didn't even cry. I don't think I cried. Until I saw the actual helicopters. I just actually saw it. I cried. But when I first got the phone call, I was like, you lying. It was like for real.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think just in general, I remember that day. I feel like fucking all of LA was just everything that just didn't seem
Shut
real.
down.
First
Right.
thing I asked, so I'm like, nah, no fucking way, no way. Like Kobe, what?
Man, I don't know what LA was on that day.
Yeah.
That day went blank. It was numb. So it's been numb. But I knew how to do basketball training and stuff and do my thing and just keep doing me, keep pushing forward. So I had kids that had to, not saying depend on me, but I had kids I had to account for in my program. So I had to keep going. Kept pushing the Mamba Mentality. And luckily, like I said, I'm still in contact with his family. So me and his brother-in-law, his oldest sister's husband, we still talk. And, we just talk about just the good old days and what we need to keep doing, keep going forward. He has kids right now. He's playing basketball, so I'm working them out. So I got a chance to work Kobe's nephews out. And I'm thankful for that. So they still bless me to this day. Yeah, opening doors that man can't close. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's Mamba Mentality.
Thank you for touching on that, because that's is one of the biggest questions I had for sure.
Yeah,
Because
definitely. Yeah, I was in the gym when it happened. I was in the gym as I should have been. I was in the gym, like I said, living for my purpose. And Cole was watching over me. He know what's up. He's still watching, and we moving forward, pushing this basketball culture.
one thing I respect so much is like you can either keep swimming or drown after
Right.
one of your biggest role models, something like that. You lose one of your biggest role models, and you fucking kept it going, bro. Like you not only kept going yourself, but you've also kept moving his story and pushing that forward. And
I mean, that's
that mentality.
If that's your role model. That's what he stood for, and he lived by. That was all he stood for and lived by. Just kept going, knocking down hurdles, overcoming, being the best person you could be, the best man you could be. You ain't supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be great. So we was all born to be great. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from them. Keep pushing. Be great.
Nice.
That was his mentality. That's how we get down. So, but me knowing that in the back of my mind, I couldn't. I can't. I won't. I won't let my kids do it. So,
Yeah, you had to get it no matter what.
yeah, no matter what. I push all my kids to be great.
Oh, yeah.
So right now you keep saying kids. So what are you doing now? So from the moment that you got back on the court, you started what? So you started like your own program. Is this through you now,
Man,
or are
got
you
me
working
crying.
for?
Good. Yeah. So right now, like I said, I had to figure it out. I was 12. I wanted to do camps, but dude, nobody knew who I was, so I had to start working players out and stuff. And my homeboy, little cousin, she was a female. My first actual trainer partner, she was out of Dallas, Texas. Her name is Diamond. So my god sister's cousin. We went to Dallas just to get away. I'm fresh out the hospital. They asked me to train her, so we started going to the gym and stuff. And then she was telling me the people that was across the gym was making $175 an hour.
Jesus.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
How the fuck? But how many hours?
I don't know.
1 hour?
$175 an hour got my attention.
Right.
Absolutely.
So from there, we went back home. Her father is an ordained preacher. He's not a pastor at the church, but he's an ordained preacher. So we ended up talking. He had a big old beautiful house, $20,000 mansion. So it's like $20,000. I get this, 7 bedrooms, TVs, leader, and all this for $20,000. It was like, yeah. I'm like, what? In Texas? For sure. So we just started talking about life and everything. And he was like, you're ordained. You're here for a reason. You experience your stuff for a reason. You know, your seasons for here for a reason. Live for your purpose. So we really started talking about training and me honing my skills and making it a business and living for my purpose.
Yeah.
So really so much it wasn't a money thing. It was me living for my purpose. That's the whole conversation was about.
Nice.
So ever since then, I'm living for my purpose, dog.
No worries, man.
take
No
your time.
worries.
We'll cut it off.
I apologize, y'all.
Nah, you're good. And we'll clean this up where in a way where it's just like it's smooth.
Man,
But definitely, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you
I
opening up.
wasn't expecting this one.
And that's what the Reentry Network podcast does, baby. That's what we do. I'm just kidding.
No, low-key, that's one of the videos we made.
Right.
We're like, you know what? We get a lot of people that all the time, bro. All the time. They come through the doors. Some of them will be like, bro, I just got out. I did 20. I did 25. And they're like, I just want to chop it up with somebody. I don't know how to fucking get on the bus. I don't know how to use a phone. Every now and then, we'll just, you want to tell your
Yeah, I
story?
saw a couple of
Everybody
y'all
wants to
videos.
tell their story.
I
You
was
know?
checking it out. That's what I said. I feel embarrassed because I'm crying and shit. 'Cause everybody else, was all, animated or
Right. No. All good.
Hey,
So-
but
so-
they admitted to crying on their stories too. They've
Yeah,
been through that
come
shit for
Yeah,
sure,
it's
you
my
know?
first time actually talking about it on camera. Like I
No
always
way.
told myself, like, I be watching everybody. Not I'm saying become successful, but get a little buzz off a cold name.
You know what? You're right. I can see
Yeah.
that happening a lot.
And I'd be
Anybody
like-
that
I'd
hadn't
be like,
touched them might want to mention some shit.
Exactly. I'd be like, I want to be in that category.
Right.
I think the like I mentioned, the purpose of this is to really get up on the game part, the trials and tribulations you went through, and the fact that you went through a whole surgery that you thought was gonna be permanent, and you mentally came out of that.
Oh man, yeah. So
It's
just,
like-
me mentally coming off of me, not giving up, always having that Mamba mentality. God blessed me with my body, humbling down, swelling down, and I started walking again, doing my thing, and Started training. Went to Dallas. Met my first girl, Diamond. She did her thing. She got a little better. Came home. I got a phone call from. I started working out at Darby Park. Darby Park is my local park and where I'm from, my city. And I just kept training up there because why nobody in the gym. The stigma is a bad park, so nobody was up there anyway. So it's my home, so I'm gonna be up there every day. Start going up there, working out, getting back acclimated, getting back loose, with my basketball movements and stuff. And boys start buzzing, start training little kids in the neighborhood.
All out of Darby at this point.
All at Darby,
Man, that's love.
for free. I mean,
Yep.
just I can be being up there, come
fucking
train
dope.
with me. You feel me? So it just migrated. Had my first little big time player, EJ Jackson. He went viral. You could look him up. He all over YouTube back in the day. But I had him cracking early out in Inglewood. He reminded so much of me. I saw so much of me in him. So I'm like, bro, let me help you get your game right. Blah,
That's
blah,
lit,
blah.
man.
I said, teach him early while I learn late. And start building my resume. And it went from him. So I got another phone call from my homeboy Trevor Ariza. He put me on his cousin. No, his
Ariza
niece.
from the Lakers, right?
Yeah,
He was on the Lakers for a
yeah.
little
So
bit.
me and Trevor played ball in AAU basketball. He's 2 years younger than me, so he was on the AAU team. Then he went to Westchester as well. So my sophomore year, he came in his freshman year. So he played Vard a little bit his freshman year, but yeah, we played together a little bit. Long story short, I've been knowing him his whole life.
Man.
So he calls me up like, J Mac, my little niece playing ball. She's sixth grade, real good, blah, blah, blah. You know, she need help with her handles, but she be out of here. And I'm like, all right, bring her on. I don't know who she is, bring her on for sure. I need the opportunity to start training, being in the gym. So we get this opportunity, sixth grade, seventh grade. I knew she had a little buzz. Eighth grade, she skyrocketed. So eighth grade, like I said, she skyrocketed, started doing her thing, become number one player in California, number one player in the nation, actually, and just started just doing her thing. And right now, she just signed with Nike.
Damn, nice.
She's a senior in high school. I don't know if you know Juju Watkins.
No,
I
man.
haven't, no.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna act like I do either.
yeah,
I'm
she's on
not.
the basketball game. She's trying to break barriers in her lane. You know what I mean? So her doing her thing is definitely respected, and I'm thankful to say I had a little, help with her foundation,
Be part
and
of
her
that
upbringing.
moment.
So
Oh,
her,
yeah.
skyrocketing is God given. She's gonna do that regardless, with or without me. It's simple fact that I know the work we put in during the time that she needed to work. You feel me? So you can't take that away from me or from us. So just rolling with that. My other girl, Dylan Horton, she was a junior in high school or sophomore when I started working with her. In her junior year, she won state championship at Redondo Union. So she left Redondo her senior year. She didn't get no real high major scholarship offers, and her cousin is well known in basketball as well. So we made he made a phone call to our friend Tina Thompson, and Tina Thompson is a 4-time gold medalist, Olympian, WNBA champion. She went to USC, so she's from LA. So we know, you know what I mean. So, but she just got a job at University of Virginia, but so she basically needs some players. So by her getting that new position, needs some players. By her being the type of player she was, not getting the opportunity she needed to get out of the Redondo, even though she was state champion, she still wasn't getting the look she wanted to get. Tina put her on. She got a scholarship at University of Virginia. That really started, my blood started going. Everybody started realizing I had something to offer as a skill developer trainer. So on the girls' side of basketball. So I'm still on the girls' side. The boys not really messing with me yet. So girls started being more successful, dealing with them. She go to Virginia. She has her turmoils, dealing with Tina. They have their ups and downs and stuff. She leaves Virginia and goes to FAMU in HBCU school in Florida. And like I said, we worked since her sophomore year. And now she's leading the nation in 3-point field goal percentage. And she's leading the SWAC conference in scoring, 18 points a game. So it's like, our work ethic pays off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about being consistent. So all the athletes that are consistent with me, that have spent hours in the gym with me, pays off. I'm pouring that Kobe mentality into them. I'm pouring that no nonsense attitude. Like, end of the day, I'm not impressed with what you're doing. You're supposed to be doing that. I can't pat you on the back. You're supposed to be
Got
scoring
you.
buckets. You feel me? Like, end of the day, I'm not impressed. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So
That's
just
crazy to
knowing
put it that way.
And I push them to be great. So they always got something to prove on the back of their mind. So we have a little thing that I grew up with. I played AAU basketball. One of the fathers in on the team, every time we got the free throw line, he would say, "We love free throws. Why? Because they free." So the whole gym started busting up laughing, right? And we little kids. I'm not thinking about nothing of it, but little kids. But as I get older, I'm thinking, we love free throws. Why? Because they free. So after I'm older now, trainer, developer, I'm telling the kids, we love free throws. Why? Because they free. It's brainwashed them to the point where now they're being consistent with the free throw line. They're stepping up in the big moments.
Knowing the importance of it.
Exactly. I'm always in the back of their mind. So just me trying to, just like I said, pour into them as much as I can, the ones that are consistent with me. That's all I can do. So teach them early where I learned late, and I learned a lot over my years, and, you know, you're not going to happen overnight. It's a process with anything. So for her doing what she's doing, her achieving what she's achieving, she started thinking about doing BBA now. So I'm thankful for that. Yeah, so over the years of me training, trying to make a name for myself, I got a phone call from a mother. Like I said, my peers, my word now, I'm not big on social media. So all my athletes have been coming to me from word of mouth.
Word of mouth,
me
yeah.
having my success playing basketball as a player, they're knowing I'm training now. They're trying to send the kids to me. So I know something, right? So I get a phone call from a lady from Seattle, Washington. She's like, my son is 6'8", he's 6'6", and they up here hating on him. And he come home to visit my mother, which is in L.A. every summer. And I want to know, can he work out with you in the summertime? I'm gonna bring him to you for the first time, but I live in Seattle, so I'm gonna just drop him off, and he gonna live with his auntie, with his grandmother and stuff. But make sure we got that connection.
Yeah.
So once we did that, they went to. She went on her way. He worked out with me that first summer. He enjoyed it. I got a phone call again the next summer. He came back. We got back to work. So now he's going into his senior year. He ended up winning state championship MVP his senior year at 6'8" now. He's 6'6" when I first met him. Now he's
My
6'8".
boy weighed 2 inches.
2 inches in high school, right?
Still, what?
How old is he? Like 16, 17?
At this point, I met him at 15. So yeah, I met him 15. At this point, he's 17. So he won state championship his senior year. Get a scholarship to Cincinnati University. Go to Cincinnati University, but they told him they were going to play him a certain position, which they didn't. They had him backing up the power forward. And he like, bro, I didn't come here to play power forward. So his whole point of him working out with me those years in high school was to expand his game. His mother wanted me to help him with his basketball handling, his footwork and stuff. So that's what we were working on and doing. And, it wasn't translated so much in high school, because in high school they had him in position as a center. He was the tallest player on the court, so he was center. You feel me?
So he didn't really get to use any of that,
as much as he wanted to. You feel me? So we was working though. So it's just planting seeds, and we kept watering them, and they're growing and growing. So we got left Cincinnati the year of the COVID. That's the whole COVID year when the portal thing started evolving. I heard the NCAA portal, people transferred colleges. So
I've heard of something like
college
that.
portal,
Yeah.
So they got that going in 2020. When did COVID hit? 20?
What was
That was 2020.
19, 20?
2020?
Yeah.
No, 2019. 2019.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
something
19, 20, the year of COVID, he transferred from Cincinnati to LSU. And during that summer, we couldn't get no gyms because everything was shut down. So we literally was outside on concrete grinding every day, 3 hours a day, at least 3 times a week during the COVID time while he was here. He transferred, told me he was going to LSU because the platform was set with Shaq's son is going there. They're a winning program. It's a better conference than Cincinnati was in. So it was a situation for him. So he went there. He called me damn near in tears, frustrated, mad because he was balling, but they wasn't starting him. Right before the season started, he called me like, yo, they're not starting me. Don't be expecting me to start. They BSing me, blah, blah. He was all negative. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I quickly shut that down. Like, bro, don't want to do what I did, because at Cincinnati, at CSI, I was mad because the coaches was playing me less in the championship tournament than it was playing during my freshman year.
season.
So I was frustrated with them and voicing them, expressing my frustration with them verbally, and it was putting me deeper on the bench. But I didn't realize that till afterwards. So now I see his situation, and I'm like, you don't want to go over there verbalizing your frustration, and then they be mad and hold that against you and put you on the bench even deeper. Whatever time you're going to get, it's going to be less than that. So just keep that to yourself, use that as positive energy, and transform that. So whatever time they give you, make the best out of it. So the model became control what we can't control, the rest in God's hands. So ever since then, he did that. We started talking to every time we talked. Finished the season 6th man of the year, SEC 6th man of the year. Damn. So he did his thing. Led the team in scoring, rebounds. He did his thing.
So
that was a proud moment,
took it
bro.
and ran with it. Whatever you told him worked out for him. Shit.
Like I said, the ones that with me consistently, that give me a chance to pour into them. I mean, shit, all I know is Mamba Mentality. All I know is win. All I know is try to be great. So
I got a question. Do you feel like well, one of the things I noticed when I was younger and I used to be out there balling, doing all that. Whenever anybody tries to give you tips on skills or whatever, the first thing that comes to my mind, being athletic and being competitive, is shit. Let me see what you can do. How are you gonna tell me how to do it?
So
Do
that's
you
what I'm
get
saying.
that?
So that's why I went on the boys' side of basketball because of that. By me having my injury, I wasn't able to show them physically how I got down because they was too young. But their parents knew. You feel me? But
Right.
but this generation don't care about the past.
Yeah, they only care about what they see on Instagram and all that shit.
And I
Yeah.
can't show them physically, so they wouldn't believe in me that I was really that nice. So it's like, okay, the women, the girls side of basketball, they were listening. They were more humble. They were,
Okay.
listening, and they were getting benefited from it. So that's why I had more success on the girls' side. So now this kid, like I said, he came from Seattle, named Tari, came from Seattle. He started being with me consistently, doing his thing. He had all the attributes, 6'6", the size. He passed the eye test. He looked like a pro. You feel me? So when he first walked into my gym, he reminded me of Trevor Ariza. Tall, lanky kid, athletic. And I'm like, bro, Trevor's in the league. If Trevor's in the league and we develop your skill set before you get to the league, you're gonna be better than Trevor. So when he out of the league, you're gonna be coming into the league. That's the game plan. We're gonna keep working till he get out the league. We instantly.
Yeah.
So look what happened. Trevor, I retired this year, and God bless. Like I said, my guy, he went to LSU last year, did his thing, SEC on $6 million a year off the bench, led the team in scoring and rebounds, second in steals. Got drafted this summer, 17 picks to Houston Rockets. So now we in the league. So he doing his thing off the but once again, he doing his thing off the bench, same role he did in college. So it's just, in the day, we just keeping him mentally focused, understand his big picture, and knowing that you got a chance to become an all-time pro if you keep working on your skill set, because you got drafted 17th pick off your God-given talent. It's not your work ethic. Your work ethic, yes, but you God-given talent. You have the 7'3" wingspan, 11-inch hands, same size hands Kawhi Leonard.
Got you.
You feel me? So the NBA drafted him because they reminded him of Kawhi Leonard, Wiggins, the kid from Golden State Warriors. Like, you look like a pro. You passed the eye test. So all we could do is just keep working your skill set. Offense gonna come, and look what's happening. So we keep working on the skill set. Offense came. Offense is coming. He's not polished yet. We go into the summer league preseason, pre-draft. Work on his game, pre-draft, going to the summer league. He got first team all rookie in the NBA summer league. Finished that, come back to the preseason, got first team all preseason. He averaged like 20 and 10. So his numbers, his confidence is building, his offensive game is coming. He's learning. He called me one night like, "Hey Mac, it's so much space now because he's on the wing now. He used to be in the post, in the middle, and being a big man, but now he's on the wing, seeing what's going on, opening up. So the sky's the limit for him. But yeah, be on the lookout for Tari Eason. So we just try to, just like I said, keep developing his skill set every summer, every year, and just, develop his role, him becoming a pro and becoming the best player he could be. And that's every player in my program. I find their weaknesses and try to perfect them to their strengths. And then from there, your God gave me talent, I can't play for you. So since Tari becomes more successful, now the boys coming. Now the boys coming my way.
That's
it. So now I'm on both sides of the field.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I'm bouncing around as much as I'm bouncing around, trying to not spread myself thin, but get back as much as I can. And like I said, just prepare myself for any doors to open up for the future. So just getting more comfortable with my craft, perfecting my craft, and
So now at this point, is that like your primary, not even hustle? That's your job.
Yeah,
that's your career.
That's my career, my livelihood, my business, my company. I got inspired by John Lucas, Mr. Lucas. He's a head trainer for the Houston Rockets as well. But me and his son, we played together in college, and we did the pre-draft in '07 together in Vegas Summer League. So that's how I met him, and from there we've been cool. But his father had a camp, a certified camp, AU McDonald American certified camp, and national camp in Texas every year. It's like different regions. But long story short, I've been working with Mr. Lucas for like 5 years now, and just being exposed to that, seeing him with his family and how they organize, they run everything structured. It's dope. So I'm like, you know what? I want to leave something like that for my family, give me a legacy. So I'm trying to build the foundation, the structure that really is rare. Even if I'm not here, going to have camps that kids going to be able to go to, develop, have a program to rely on to go to the next level. So that's why I'm trying to get the foundation now, plant them seeds now. Because I'm inspired by Mr. Lucas and what we got going with him and his family. Like the wife cooks, daughter take care of the registration, the son helps with the camps, the staff and stuff. So it's just a full circle engine, and I'm watching everything unfold. So it's dope. I'm thankful to be along a part of the journey.
That's tight, man.
Yeah,
That
so
part.
learning along the way. I mean, I got legends in front of me. John Lucas a legend.
I swear, you've lived like we're literally watch a whole movie based off your life right now.
Man,
Like,
if
bro,
we try to put that in
you
words-
need a movie.
If we try to put that in a work documentary to the point where I can tell my story to the masses, because I have a real story, my life in a movie.
Hell
But
yeah.
I'm not trying to, like I said, gain no clout off telling stories about Kobe. I'm not trying to do.
Nah.
I'm not trying to do it unauthentic. That's really my only problem. And just having somebody see my vision, understand my bigger picture, and really, like I said, my purpose. I'm not in it for the bread. The bread gonna come. You feel me? Like this, that's inevitable. I'm not here living for my purpose. So and as long as I figure that out, bottle that up, then they're gonna be able to, come get me. So right, yeah, I leave on the 15th. I come back, check my girl Dylan out. She played Cal Berkeley on the 18th. So I go up north and we'll check them out. And then after that, I go back to Houston and holler at Tari. He's home from December 11th to the 25th. So every other day, he has a day off. So we'll try to get as much as we can on the day off. And yeah, I'm just back and forth in Houston and LA with the kids. That's next I work out.
Nice.
That's basically what I've been doing. Yeah.
That's a beautiful feeling, bro. Making a living off that, you get to travel and you get to do exactly what the hell it
Yeah,
is
but
you
remember,
wanna
like, I
do.
stayed in the hospital. I want to still play ball. I can't play ball, God, but I still want to travel. I still want to be part of basketball. I still want to
Right.
be part of the world.
So, but you can get on the court. You can do a little something.
I mean, I can do a little. I can shoot. I can run. I can't stop.
All right, see. Hey, bring the basketball. Now I'm playing imagine.
I can shoot. I can run. I probably can't stop. You probably won't get no lateral movement out of me, no defense out of me. But yeah,
But
that's the new goal. The new goal is to get the 40 and over league. I'm trying to get the 40 and over league. So
How old are you?
I'm 29.
You're young,
young.
dude.
In my mind, I'm really 39.
Say, goddamn, okay.
Yeah, I'm 39.
39, even that, bro. I never would have guessed that. I thought you were. I'm 33. I thought we would have been right there. I'm like 39. That's
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
bro. You look
yeah.
young for your age.
He's young. I
Appreciate
was
it.
young.
I mean, like this whole situation, like I feel like it preserved me. Getting shot and everything, being down, all my peers and stuff, they looking real old. I'm like, damn. I guess it
fucked
preserved me.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Especially nowadays, you know what I mean? That sucks. You see people 40, 45 already going through health issues and shit.
Yeah,
You're like,
that's what I'm
man,
saying. So I'm thankful I went through my own health issues enough. I went through enough of them already.
enough of that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so every day is thankful. I wake up with gratitude and just be thankful for life. Look at life differently. That's why I appreciate y'all for this opportunity. It's just, like I said, being able to walk through new doors is going to open up for me because I know my story needs to be told. I know people need to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
And I know I can touch them, help. So
Hell
just
yeah.
living in my purpose, bro. I'm just, whatever happens, happens.
yeah.
How can people hear about Real is Rare? What, do you have a website or like anything that
RealIsRare.com. No, RealIsRareTraining.com.
training.com? Okay, and they can check you out on there and hit you up.
RealIsRareTraining.com, and then my Instagram is RealIsRare_development. Facebook, that's kind of personal. You know me already. But yeah, it's just like I said, I'm not really big on social media. That's what I need to get out
Right.
of. I'm a dinosaur when it comes to that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's dope though because that shows your skill. The fact that people are passing you word by word,
Right,
and you
right,
like
that's what I'm
that
saying.
shows like,
That's
yo,
always a
this one
harder
knows what the
part than
fuck
the
he's
social
doing,
media
right?
route.
I mean, that's the authentic part of it. That's why I feel like Kobe still bless me to this day.
Yeah.
It's like he's opened the doors that man can't close, regardless of I'm not on social media, regardless of I don't have a blue check or 1,000
That part.
videos or whatever. Like I'm still getting the top players, I'm still getting the top people hitting me up, and opportunities, doors open up for me. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful. I'm just trying to prepare myself.
You're humble, man. You're humble as hell.
I got shot 6 times with a 45.
That's a big boy right there, too,
Let men
man.
tell me to be
45.
dead. You feel me? Let men tell I'm gone. So
But with that story, that can sum up to so many things, like especially like the youngsters that are involved in gangs right now. It's like, yo, do you really want to put yourself in a position where you're shot 6 times and you never know if you'll be able to walk again? Like, do you really want to put yourself in that
I wasn't
position?
even the gang, just me straddling
Exactly.
the fence.
I know.
Me straddling
Right.
the fence, being in the area, knowing that in the situation. So yeah.
It's like giving that perspective, man. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you talking about that and touching on it.
100% we appreciate because that story is so relatable, bro. We get so many dudes that they'll tell me I'm about to go play ball right now. You know what I mean? And I'm like, super relatable. It don't have to just be that a one time a week thing. You can fucking make it happen. Make something happen. Overseas, 15 racks a month. That sounds like a plan to me. That's
Like I said,
more money
even
than I'm
during
making.
high school, thinking about it, my mother, I ain't tell this in the depth, like it's gonna be a documentary, but my mother had a mental breakdown when my stepfather passed away in 5th grade. So 6th, 7th, 8th grade, she really didn't know my name like that. So I'm coming home to myself. You feel me? So I had to go home to somebody who's not even cooking or even aware that I'm there or be in the streets. So luckily I had game to the point where the coach saw me on the streets, saw I had game, and took me by the streets. And all it was him every day or playing basketball, across the country, doing my thing. I couldn't afford Nikes. We sponsored by Nike now. I'm be the best player you need. I need the Nikes. I need the shoes. You feel me? So
Damn.
I was one of the first kids with the Jordans. I was one of the first kids with the Jason Kids and all the, name it, I had it. Pennies, all that, phone posits, all that. Kobe's. Once I went to Adidas, once Kobe had Adidas sign, I had all.
I remember those moon type boots, the
phone posits,
big silver one.
Yeah, I had all of them, man. Every color. So they even have my own special stuff with Kobe shoes, Adidas stuff. So I knew I had to get it for myself.
So y'all trying to buy sneakers, y'all hit up reels right now. I was kidding. Straight up.
I not like that no more. That was junior high school. That was junior high.
But shit, my last question. I don't know. Brian might have a question too. But my final question. What do you see for your overall, like your program, your overall thing? What do you see in 2 years or in a year? Like, what's the eventual goal, or what's the vision for it at this point?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, it changes so much.
Okay.
But I just know the base of it. I just want to just give back to the basketball culture. But since
Nice.
you're talking about the business side of it, so many other lanes I could go into with helping the community, giving back with after school programs, or giving back with this open up a basketball academy where they come for school and skill development. Yeah, man, the sky's the limit. It's just in the day I want to give back to the ones that's willing to let me give back to them, to pour into them. You feel me? So I'll excuse my language. I can only fuck with the ones that fuck with me.
Right, that part.
You
Shit.
feel me?
You're
Hell
right,
yeah.
yeah. Because other than that, you're gonna be sitting there trying to make something work that's not gonna
You
happen.
feel me? And it's like that's that Kobe mentality. I guess I really recognize real by me being around these pros. I know Barron's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I know Paul's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I know Gilbert's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I know Barron. I mean, around Hall of Famers, I know what it look like.
Right.
So when the kid be bullshitting or a parent wanted more than them, and it's like, bro.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
You
so
see
true.
So
Feel
much
me?
things with that. That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing.
And I'm
Parents
not
wanting
gonna
it
gas
more.
your parent up to be like, let me stay in your pocket monthly because your kid ain't gonna make it regardless, but I'm still wanna be in your pockets. I'm not that one.
Gotcha.
I'm not
Damn,
that
bro.
That's what I mean by the game is so saturated where a lot of people out here just manipulating parents so they want the dollar. It's like, I'm cool. I'd rather be out here grinding to the point where the ones that really want to make it, we gonna grind it out till we make
100.
it. That's why I got Tar in the league. You feel me? So everything happened for a reason. Everything, gonna manifest itself.
So glad you said that, bro, because it's so true. It's like that's all you see. Oh, the parents want it more.
Yeah,
And it's like,
and it's like, bro.
My daughter's in volleyball right now.
That's
and every
Damien.
now
I was
and then, bro, when they kind of tell me like, "Hey, it's 150 an hour, it's this and that," and I'm like, it sucks. As a parent, I have to
Right.
decipher: is
Right.
it even worth me? Is my kid even that good? Are they bullshitting? Do they want me? You know,
Yo.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's real, bro.
And you know why I'm saying
He
that?
said
Because when
it's
you're
not
in
getting
a
that good.
club or when you go above the standard rec, because we used to do rec, everything costs money, bro.
Yeah.
We're not talking about $500, bro. We're talking about 1,000, another
I've seen those
1,000,
numbers.
5,000. You're like, fuck. You really have to decide if you're gonna, part ways with some of your savings, big dog. You know what I
Facts,
mean? It just
facts.
is what it is.
I mean, it's an investment. Like I said, in the day, do you think your kid's worth an investment?
That
so
part,
true, bro.
yeah.
You feel
That's
me?
so
So it's like,
true.
but I'm not gonna be that trainer to tell you that your kid is great.
Yeah, she's the best, dog. You good?
Yeah.
Keep her coming, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be 200 next week. Just
Yeah, you feel me? Damn well, we can't get her left hand cracking yet. No, I'm gonna break that left hand popping first, and then we gonna move forward from there. But it's just all about the will to win. If you look familiar to me, I'm gonna mess with it. If it don't look familiar
Nice.
to me, I'm gonna stay away.
And you know what? That's something
that.
that not very many people can pinpoint because they haven't been around greatness like you have.
That part.
That's a
And
skill.
that's why I can't really
you know.
talk to a lot of people. That's why I keep my conversation to myself. So you see me in the gym, I probably be low key to myself. I mean, this is big for me to talk to y'all about it. So it's just, like I said, just learning how to be more open. But like I said, knowing that you never have no real basketball background and you try to tell me something I already know, I sound dumb listening to you. So I'm gonna just not even talk to you. Like I'm just keep pushing.
That part,
That makes
bro.
sense.
It's crazy.
That makes
It's like
sense,
that's it. Like why?
That's somebody that thinks they knows when you already seen it, you lived it.
So why I'm wasting my time even listening to that shit?
Yeah.
Get me mad or trying to figure out how can I convince you that it's not right. I'm not in business convincing nobody.
Oh man, those have to be some headaches for you, huh?
Man, especially in this world, 'cause everybody think the kids next to Steph Curry, LeBron James, and it's like, bro, those are once in a lifetime generational players, athletes, and you gotta just be thankful with what you got, work with what you got, and just keep pushing.
That part, bro. That's the same with like our podcast too. It's like we look at all these other podcasts like, we want to be like them. We want to be like, no, why aren't we going to be different? Why aren't we the
Yeah,
different
nah.
generation? Why don't we become
Stay in
the.
your lane. There's
Exactly.
No traffic. That's what I learned in basketball. Stay in my lane. There's no traffic. So I mean, not be at the AAU tournaments. Me not trying to find the next top kid to train, be in my part of my program. It's kept me kind of safe. Kept me kind of sane.
There you go,
There you
man.
go, that
For real,
part.
for
Oh,
real.
yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate the
y'all.
whole
Sorry
story,
to talk too
man.
much. Appreciate y'all.
It's crazy. It's just crazy the perspectives you were giving us today. And I hope that really gets to you guys, you youngsters out there, even adults, shit, you know, hearing his story and trying to relate. And maybe hopefully that pushes you to become better or even greater. And we appreciate you opening up so much. And then you said we can find out Real is Rare on Instagram and on the website. Can you give us that again real quick?
Real is Rare on Instagram is Real is Rare, REAL_development. And Jason McKinney. Yeah.
Jason McKinney, man. Reentry, we out.